Nintendo Switch 2 with dual screen? Hello there, Commonwealth from here. This leaked dual screen pattern, discovered by GameRant, might be the big handheld leap for Nintendo's next generation, as we already know that the TV1 is likely upscaled 4K with Nvidia's DLSS, so in this video we'll focus less on TV play and more on how the handheld experience might be about to change drastically. So be sure to leave a like, subscribe and press the notification bell to not miss any Nintendo Switch 2 videos. First, a little dual screen Nintendo history. The DS was revealed at E3 2004 by the then president of Nintendo, Satoru Iwata. Since the most successful Nintendo handheld ever, the handheld experience was associated with a dual screen Nintendo system. The DS was followed up by the reveal of the 3DS at E3 2010, released in 2011. A system that initially struggled more and seemed to seal the fate of the dual screen and the separate handheld history of Nintendo, which dated back to 1989, and the Game Boy. The dual screen era lasted for close to 14 years, until the Switch succeeded both the Wii U and 3DS with its hybrid function. The turn was continued with the Switch Lite and the top model Switch OLED model. But now with this patent and leak right here, it appears that Nintendo wants handheld play to return to dual screen. And this is fantastic news if this is the system we end up with. After all, the dual screen format has previously been tested both for TV, that is Wii U, and handheld play with the DS and 3DS, though not combined in HD. Now we have this, which resembles the next level 3DS, a second screen that might share similarities with the more and more popular foldable smartphones, where you can use the external display even if shut off. Plus, use the two screens to play local multiplayer handheld on one single system, but with a screen each. If what we see detailed above is what Nintendo's going for, then we both have a TV 4K upgrade and handheld dual screen upgrade. Combined, they change everything. Since on the TV, our games will look better than ever, while in handheld mode, we get completely different gameplay, making each way unique from each other. An easier control and menu dual screen experience when undocked, and a next-gen graphical experience when docked. Best of both formats. And you cannot go over this subject without referencing the big Wii U games that have not been ported to the Nintendo Switch, which took advantage of the dual screen experience on the system when playing on the TV and gamepad at the same time. Xenoblade Chronicles X, The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD, and Twilight Princess HD. I apologize to Monolith Soft, but we have to focus on the two Zelda remakes / remasters in this situation, since Twilight Princess HD and especially Wind Waker HD took significant advantage of the Wii U gamepad while playing on the TV, offering the map and inventory without the need to pause the game, a concept that was possible thanks to two displays and previously tested out on the handheld Nintendo DS and 3DS systems, including Zelda, since Ocarina of Time 3D, and later A Link Between Worlds and Majora's Mask 3D all took advantage of the second screen. Now imagine Wind Waker in 4K on our TVs, with the same great HD Wii U gamepad gameplay on the Nintendo Switch 2 in, say, 2024. This would be total brilliance, and then follow up by a 4K top-down Zelda game with the same dual screen on-dock gameplay for the 40th anniversary of the first Zelda game. This almost writes itself. It would be the perfect way of transitioning from the Switch to a dual screen Switch 2, or whatever it ends up being called, since with the DS concept back, who knows if the same name might also return, though more likely we'll get something brand new. Anyway, Zelda has a massive dual screen map and inventory potential before we get the next open air title towards the end of this decade, which we covered in a previous upload. But now, let's go over to Nintendo's other IPs, since the same map and inventory seamless solution could also apply to Metroid Prime 4, removing in on-dock play the need to pause the game in order to enter menus and maps. It is a massive potential that only Nintendo has mastered in the past. And let's continue the format, since both the remakes of Super Mario RPG and Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door have the colored European SNES and Japanese Super Famicom colored action button commands. And we all know that you spend a lot of time on the menus and inventory in these type of games. Though at least in handheld mode, we might be able to do all our adjustments on HD screens without needing to pause the game. This way, also cutting down the necessary playing time by removing literal filler time spent in menus and so on. It goes without saying, if dual screen is the actual concept and big handheld change for the Switch 2, then Nintendo has likely already won. Especially if the first big exclusive is Mario Kart X, a racing game where seeing the map and position of your opponents is key to prepare before making that power slide in the next turn. There's a reason why this was a feature on the Wii U gamepad for Mario Kart 8, and one that was awesome to use. With no battle mode there, but we're likely to have it in the upcoming installment, as the Mario Kart Tour is no longer getting any new items, characters, or tracks, and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is done with its waves. The time for the next Mario Kart is 2024, 10 years after Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U, and 5 years after Mario Kart Tour on our smartphones. It is the ideal moment, and then leave the next big 3D Mario game for either 2025 or 2026 depending on when we get Mario Maker 3. Either way, the next 3D Mario game will certainly also take advantage of dual screen if it's a part of the system, much like what was the case with Super Mario 64 as the launch title of the Nintendo DS. History doesn't repeat itself, but it sure does rhyme. Dual screen could also be how we get Star Fox back by the end of this decade. Do enough of just focusing on how Nintendo could take advantage of a dual screen, since the same applies to indie and third-party developers. Could offer superior versions of their games on the new Nintendo system compared to PS5, Xbox or PC when played on docked. A menu and inventory experience without the need to pause the game. It may not look 100% as good as on those big screen systems, but it plays better, just like what was the case with Call of Duty Modern Warfare on the Wii. Nintendo has always been about offering playing immersion, and a return to dual screen for the handheld side of things is one way of restoring Nintendo quality to the handheld experience. Now imagine playing Witcher 4 or GTA 6 without the need to ever pause the game, or Elden Ring and Baldur's Gate. The possibilities are endless, and we're just talking about games that either are worked on or out on other systems. Now imagine tailor-made third-party exclusive games for Nintendo's next system, the next Platinum title, and if we go back to first party, Nintendo-owned Monolithsoft game. It is Xenoblade Chronicles, including the remastered X or a brand new IP like the concepts we saw a few years back. Anyway, we started this video with DS, and we will end with DS and 3DS as well. Since the one thing we have neglected to bring up with this patent and next Nintendo system possibility is online, and specifically retro systems with the next paid online service. This dual screen patent could be the very likely reason as to why the Switch, much like in the lack of Zelda Wind Waker on the system, did not get any DS titles within its Switch Online service. It is simply being saved for the next generation, and while GameCube games are clearly the target of remakes and remasters, as seen with Metroid Prime Remastered and Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door, DS titles like Super Mario 64 DS, Metroid Prime Hunters, and the Zelda Stylus games with dual screen functionality are more likely to be a part of a paid online service, saving 3DS titles to be remastered to HD standard undocked with 4K upscaling on the TV. You know, Super Mario 3D Land, Zelda Link Between Worlds, and many others. Plus many dual screen franchises could make a comeback. Think Nintendox and the proper dual screen brain age that took the world by storm on the DS from 2005. Or even Pokemon, which could also try to combine the open world with having the map on the other screen for Gen 10, to know where we are at any time without any minimap on the main screen or interruptions. In other words, dual screen opens so many possibilities for so many franchises that were lost when the second screen was removed from Nintendo's handheld experience. A return to dual screen for on-dock play could be the same game changer that upscaled 4K thanks to Nvidia's DLSS could be for TV play. That is all that needs to be said from my side, the ultimate Nintendo handheld and TV console system in one. The only concern tied to a dual screen system is the price. If the system TV docked also offers Nvidia's DLSS 4K upscaling, $400 might be the starting price, and $450 might be a more realistic number, though only time will tell if dual screen will come into fruition soon enough. But if you have more to share regarding this patent and Dia's possibility, then share them in the comment section down below. And if you haven't already, to make the video more visible, share it, leave a like, plus subscribe and press the notification bell button to not miss any of our upcoming Nintendo Switch 2 videos. Last but not least, a big thanks to you for watching and to all our patreon.com/commonrealm patrons. You rock, and please enjoy one or both of these two awesome videos.